And we're back with a new tutorial. So in this one then we are going to be building a police station, which we're going to be splitting over multiple parts. So we are going to be doing both the exterior and the interior, but for the first episode we're just going to be starting off with the exterior. Now for this build then I would suggest having a minimum space at least 46 by 23 for the main building, but you may want to leave a little bit extra around the sides. Apart from that though, all we are going to do to start this tutorial is you just want to place at one grey wall block, and diagonal to that another two. Then diagonal to this with your quartz, you just want to place another 6 blocks out. So for all of these then, we are going to extend them all up, but we are going to extend them up at different heights. So our grey wall we're going to extend up another 6, and our quartz another 3. So that's our grey wall extended up, and as I mentioned, just extending up your quartz as well, but making sure to only extend it up another 3 more rows. That's this small section done. What we are going to place on the right of this though is going to be our doorway, and for this all you want to start off by doing is counting 4 blocks out, and on the 4th block just placing 4 high with your quartz. Then just connecting across the top row. After this we are just going to be adding a window, but first what we're going to do is come to the right hand side of the doorway where we're just going to replace the first 5 grass blocks in the floor with our quartz. Then on top we're just placing 4 high of your glass panes. So that is the bottom half of this section placed. What we're going to do next though is come back over to the left hand side, and on the 3rd block down in our grey wall, we're just going to extend 14 blocks back with our grey wall again, and you'll extend this up so it's 3 blocks in height. That's the bottom row, and now just extend it up another 2 more rows so it finishes at the same height as our other grey wall. Once you have done this, just coming round to the back, and on top of our glass panes just extending back 5 blocks with our grey wall. Then just extending this row up as well, another 2 more rows. So once you have done that, we're just going to extend our bottom row out again, but this time just extend that out another 3 more rows, so it should finish in exactly the same place as the grey wall in the front bit. After you've done this, we're just going to do what we did on the opposite side, and just extend the outside row out another 2 more rows up. Then just filling in the top bit. So once you have done that, what we're going to be doing next should come in back down to our bottom bit and behind our glass panes. We're just going to extend 6 blocks out with our grey wall, and for all of these then we're just going to extend them all up so they're 9 blocks in height. For this next bit I suggest you just follow along on screen, as it's not the easiest bit to explain, but all we are going to start off by doing is just placing the bottom row, and then we'll extend them all up afterwards. So for this then you just want to come diagonal to the bottom right hand block of grey wool, and here you just want to start off by placing 2 blocks of light grey wool. As I mentioned then, for this next bit we are going to be extending them all up, but the light grey wall is going to be a different height to the blue and the grey wall. So we are going to start with the light grey wall first, and you just want to extend them all up another 7 more blocks. Then once you've extended all of these up, but for our blue and grey wall, you can just extend both of these up so they're one higher than our light grey wall, so it is just another 8 more blocks. After this, just coming around to the right hand side on the outside row, just extend your grey wall back another 6 more rows. The next thing we are actually going to be doing after this is going to be placing our window, but first we just need to add up 1 more grey wall section, and behind the outside row again you just want to place another 2 more rows of grey wall. For our window then it is going to be a little bit confusing, but all you want to start off by doing is just replacing the 3 grass blocks in the floor with your quartz. And then directly on top of this, what we're going to be doing is with our glass, you just want to go at 3 blocks along the bottom row, then 4 on top, then 5, and then 6. So that's going to be the bottom half of the window, and then we'll place the top half in the reverse order. That is the bottom bit done, and as I mentioned then for the top bit it's going to be in the reverse order, so just starting off by going 6 blocks out, then 5, then 4, then 3 to finish off. We have now placed all of our glass for a window then. What we need to do now though is actually place our quartz around. Now for this then you just want to start off by counting up 4 blocks out, and on the 4th block just placing 8 high with your quartz. Then for all of the space you got left on the left hand side of this row between our glass and our quartz row we just placed, you just want to fill it in with your quartz. And there you go, that's our window completely finished off, and now we just need to place our grey wall around it. So if we want to start this off by coming to the right hand side of our window, where we're just going to begin by placing 8 high with our grey wall. And on the left of our window you can see the grey wall is 1 block higher than our window, so what we are actually going to do is extend these 3 rows out all the way so it finishes on top of the grey wall row we just placed. After you have done this though, we can extend the outside row of grey wall back another 10 more rows. So in front of this wall we just added, and with our blue wool on every other row, we're just going to add at 10 high with our blue wool. So on the right of this we are going to be adding another window, but this one's going to be a completely different design to the one we have added previously, as instead what we're going to be doing is placing our glass panes with our stone slabs in front of it. But first we're just going to add a 2x2 quartz pillar diagonal to the grey wool row on the far right hand side. And now to extend it up, but when you do, just remember to only extend it up 7 more blocks, so it should finish 1 block below where our grey wool is. As mentioned before then, what we are going to be adding now though is going to be our window, so we're going to be placing our stone slabs in front, and then we can add our glass behind. So you just want to start by placing 9 blocks out with your stone slabs, and then behind the last block just extending it back another 5. Then in the same pattern as we have for the bottom layer, just extending our slabs up another 5 more rows. Once you have done that, we're just going to be adding another 2x2 quartz pillar, so same as our previous one, it's going to be 8 blocks in height, and you just want to place it on the right hand side of our stone slabs. So for both the 2 quartz pillars we extended up, as you can see then they're both 2 blocks higher than our stone slabs. Now what we're going to be doing for these is for the top 2x2 section, we're just going to be extending them round to the other quartz pillar. That's the first one, now for the other 3. That is all of the 4 rows extended round. Once we sleep, what we're going to be doing is come behind our stone slabs, and behind every block you just want to add a glass block. The last thing we're going to be doing then to finish off this part is just placing a quartz wall to connect up the bottom half of the building. So what we're going to be doing for this, just placing 2 blocks out to begin with, and in front of the last block you should want to place another 4. Then just connecting the outside rail out to your grey wall, and just remembering to extend them all up so they're all 6 blocks in height once you've done that. As I mentioned then, just bringing them up another 5 to finish off. And there you go, that's everything we're going to be doing for this part. What we are going to be doing in the next part is placing our roof to start with, and if we have got time we'll add some decorations around the building before we come inside and place our interior.